Marjorie. Marjorie. Shall we dance, Marjorie?
These scenes portray the care, connection, and comfort that any of us would want for a loved one with dementia.
Does it make you feel good, Mary? Oh, yeah?
Yet, if you know firsthand the frustrations of caring for someone who resists your help, you might wonder how these people, who also once resisted care, are so calm and cooperative.
Shall we dance, Marjorie? Yes?
This calm, this cooperation, and these connections are the result of training caregivers in palliative care methods and techniques. The one and only goal of palliative care is to provide comfort in all we do with and for the person with dementia.
We gotta change your pants, all right?
What the hell for?
What?
What the hell for?
Well, you're wet.
You're wet.
For comparative purposes, we asked these caregivers to approach this woman in the traditional manner they once used: reality-based, task-oriented, direct, confrontational.
It's okay. One more. Just quick, okay? Just quick.
Now watch what happens when they change their tone and their touch in order to connect and to comfort.
Do you like music?
Certain kind.
Yeah, certain kind. Good. After we're done changing your pants, we can get you some if you'd like.
Huh?
We could get you some music if you'd like. Would you like that? Yeah? Okay.
Let's pull this pen, okay? Here.
Thank you for letting us do this. Thank you for being so helpful.
Good job.
You have to join the journey. I mean, they cannot come back into your world once they start down this Alzheimer's path. So you have to go into their world and accompany them as they go along.
Here you go.
We have joined the journey when we can imagine what it would feel like to sit in a soiled brief.
I think I smell a dirty diaper here.
That's why she called.
When we change briefs as needed then instead of on a schedule. And when we talk during this task as if with a pleasant companion.
Amazing grace. She's smiling.
A bio-sketch or a life story can help caregivers connect in a meaningful way.
They know that we know them, and it makes them more comfortable that we know who they are.
You have to learn how to, take your time, to talk to them. What are you going to do with them?
You have to use a soft approach. And we do not work on our schedule, we work on their schedule.
You use what you can use. If he thinks I'm his sister, I say, hey, how about letting me get you all cleaned up? We're going to look nice today. And most of the time, they will go along with you because in their mind, you are their brother or their sister or whatever. And like all of us, sometimes we just don't feel like being bothered. Leave me alone. And you do that too.
When these residents say no, they mean no.
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone. Because if you don't leave them alone, you try to make them do what you want them to do, they won't do it. That's when they get combative.
We have joined the journey when we can imagine what it must be like to be hungry, yet frustrated by our inability to eat.
I got a bite for you, taste it. It's good.
Although food is a primary comfort, it is a comfort with diminishing returns. Dementia will eventually make it impossible to eat enough to stay alive.
Will you drink your milk for me?
Look what I got. I got a little after-lunch snack.
In the meantime, our participation in the food part of the journey should be both creative and constant.
No, I had 3 of these. I can't have any more. Why don't you try it?
And if they don't eat their lunch, they're going to be hungry later. So at least we have snacks, to provide them when they want to eat. I mean, they don't always want to eat on our time. It's their time, and they should be able to eat when they want to. I got all kinds of things on here.
You ready to do?
Want some milk or a juice?
Comfort foods for dementia are sweet and soft. Bananas, muffins, puddings, ice cream. The sheer pleasure of eating these foods can prompt people to keep eating and stay healthier longer.
Give them what's comfortable. If they want to eat 5 desserts, let them have 5 desserts.
Like food, touch is a primary comfort. We have joined the journey when we provide sympathetic touch for heartache, soothing touch for other aches and pains, and the warm comfort of a towel bath if a shower causes distress.
Myrtle, I'm going to try to get into your underarm here. She's pretty tight, so we'll work slowly.
Just relax, Myrtle. There you go. Good job.
How did you do that in the shower?
Oh, you didn't. You just wrenched her off, basically, because once you got her on the shower chair, she would get so upset she would just clamp everything down.
So with this, while Myrtle was tight, clearly as we started, she's really loosened up here and allowed me to get nicely under her underarm and into the crevice. Again, we're in the shower, she's going to be cold, she's going to be naked, she's fighting us, and here we're keeping her much more comfortable. Should we cover your arm, Myrtle?
They feel loved, you know, because we take time to care for them.
I have lotion for you here.
Family caregivers are often the most naturally equipped and the most motivated to learn how to provide the warm approach, soft touch, and life story connections that make palliative care so beneficial for people with dementia. But family caregivers too often don't take time to take care of themselves. We can help by visiting, sitting in while they take a break, and encouraging them to contact the Alzheimer's Association or Hospice for support.
My side.
I would maybe be up quite a bit at night, and then the first thing in the morning he'd be sitting there waiting to encounter another problem that I didn't know we had. You lose your patience. You just simply lose it.
His best friend, I guess he couldn't handle it. He just hardly ever went to see him. That really hurt. I don't think people realize how you need them to go, you know.
Alzheimer's would send me these support, you know, all of the flyers and where the support groups were and all that. I kept saying, well, I've got to attend one of these. I've got to attend one of these. And that was another mantra that went on for 7 years. I mean, and I never did. And I have real regrets about that.
And of course I couldn't have any outside activities while my wife was home. But once I got her into Huger Mercy Living Center, then I had the afternoons. And the biggest help to me was the Alzheimer's groups.
In the beginning, I think to get as much knowledge as you can about the disease, accept your limitations, and keep your interest, a hobby, reading or whatever. Just make time for it. And I didn't do that. In hindsight, maybe I didn't reach out enough and ask for help. But I didn't. I took George with me everywhere I went.